There is nothing quite like smothering yourself in fake tan on a 16-degree day. There is also nothing quite like being awake all night with 4 sick children, getting little to no sleep, and then being in such a sleep-deprived, delusional state that you decide to continue on the morning with a workout, caring duties, a special weekend breakfast, catering to everyone's needs, doing the laundry, complaint management, and then deciding, because you are under the influence of that no sleep high, that you decide to make some viral, chunky, giant chocolate chip cookies. You alright, darling? No, we're just going to have them here because we can't see any friends because we're too sick. Because let's be real, I don't think I would be making giant, viral, chunky chocolate chip cookies unless I was under the delusion of insanity. If any parents out there know this and understand this, I feel like nothing tests yourself or your marriage more than having sick children. It is one of those times in life that seem to drag on forever, because once you're done caring for all the children, of course, because you're doing all the caring, you yourself get sick. So I'm just waiting for my turn, because yes, it will come. I'm trying to deceive myself that maybe I will evade getting sick, but that usually is not the case. Anyway, whilst we are well and still coherent and able to speak, let me show you the viral cookies in question that I'm intending to make. And for those of you who are new here, hi, this is Opal, and on this channel we like to do a myriad of random, sometimes bordering on the extreme, daily life activities under the influence of sleep deprivation. It really is a fun time over here. So this is Brookie. She has her own little bakery in Australia somewhere, and she has recently shared her chocolate chip cookie recipe. I actually don't eat cookies that often, save for like healthy, nutritious protein cookies or lactation cookies, but because we have nothing else to do while we are all sick on school holidays, I thought we could give these a try. I'm also curious to see if these cookies are worth the hype. Cookies are now going to rest in the fridge for 3 hours. Baby has just woken up, so I'm going to start the feeding process again. And hopefully in 3 hours time, we'll have some freshly baked giant cookies for us to just poke our mood on the start of what I think will be a very long autumn winter season. Anywho, hope you enjoyed our cozy little baking morning. And when I see you next, I intend to be more refreshed, caffeinated, and fueled by cookies. As always, I added my own little Opal twist. So I did half chocolate chip and half walnuts, just to cut down on the sweetness level, because I'm not sure how sweet these cookies will turn out. So, oh, this lens is dirty. Hold on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the level of professionalism we are kicking off with in 2025. Long story short, I'm impatient. I'm turning on the oven now. It's only been 2 hours. The cookies are meant to rest for 3, but I don't have that kind of time. I feel like Mama needs something, otherwise she will not make it through the day. These cookies cannot get into the oven fast enough. And I've got one little baby cookie for a sample. I think I've just found my new favourite way to enjoy cucumber. Roasted sesame dressing with sesame oil and roasted sesame seeds. Can you tell I'm obsessed with sesame? Just having some pre-cookie lunch. I'm going to enjoy my cucumbers with some leftover spanakopita phyllo pie that I made last week, because it's all about that balance. But I am just so obsessed with sesame at the moment. These are the sesame seeds I'm using. They come pre-roasted, and this kind of eating behavior basically sums me up where I am mentally right now. My attachment style, I would describe it as really aggressive. Like, I will just latch on to a concept or an idea or a flavor profile and I just won't let go. But if the wheel ain't broken, why go and fix it? And the descent into sleep deprived and now getting ill madness begins. You know, when you can just feel the onset of getting ill, it's happening. It's happening. So my face might not be ready, because I did promise that I would look more refreshed and clean, and I would have washed the fake tan off by the time I saw you next, but that didn't happen. But I'm so ready to try my little sample cookie. Those large ones over there are 150 grams. This is the 60 gram leftover. Brookie suggested it be baked for 15 minutes. I didn't know anything that could bake at that size. For reference, let me show you how big it is against my hand. This is the entire palm of my hand. I don't know anything at that size that could be fully cooked at 15 minutes. So I had to triple the time for anyone wanting to test this recipe. So let's do this thing. Still warm. It's actually a decent cookie. The texture is really light because she uses a lot of baking powder. So this is the first cookie I've seen that's called for self-raising flour plus more baking powder on top of that. The texture's brilliant and it's got a good crust because of the baking powder. It's such a huge cookie, but it's so light. Okay, Brookie. Still a little bit sweet for my taste buds. It's funny, I like nutritious, naturally sweetened things, but when it comes to actual sugary things, I just find it just too overwhelming. But I do rate this recipe. She shared the recipe for free from the launch of her cookbook. Congratulations, Brookie. Quite an achievement. So it was really kind of her to release this recipe. It's a solid cookie. It's a bit more palatable with some macadamia butter drizzled on top. Much better when the sweetness is dialed down a little bit. Alright folks, happy baking. I will catch you on the flip side for goodness knows what at this point.
Good morning, one and all. This has been quite a journey from what you saw till now. That onset of sickness turned out to be the onset of flu, the influenza, and I have, or the family has never had the flu before, and boy am I happy, I guess, that we haven't, because it is worse than COVID. It makes COVID look like a walk in the park, and the stages of flu are just ridiculous. So you start out with cold and flu symptoms, so the aching body, then you go to the severe loss of appetite, then it developed into a bronchitis and my lungs felt like ice, then my tonsils felt like they were going to explode. I've never had my throat feel so sore in my entire life, to the point where I wanted to throw up. And then the next stage of the flu is actually wanting to throw up or poop yourself, which some of the kids actually went through. And then you feel dizzy, then you actually feel like you might pass out at any given moment, then you try to eat some food because your tummy is growling and your stomach just cramps around anything that you put in your body trying to reject it. And this is what we've been doing for the past week as a family. It has been, to date, the worst illness I have ever experienced. That's all I'm going to say about it. But whilst experiencing all of this, I've also had to caregive, because that responsibility does not wane. And it's just been another challenge that we've had to conquer, but what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And I think we deserve a reward after all we've been through. So what we are going to be doing by the end of the week is going to one of the most anticipated events of the last 2 years, and that is the vegan market. Me and 2 of my children went to one of their first exhibits by the seaside, and it was such a fun day out. I'll insert the link to the short up above and a YouTube video. I made a whole YouTube video about it. Anyway, it was so much fun. Got to sample so many different new things. I tried, I'll never forget that milk. There was this, I think it was spelt milk. Did I try spelt milk? Anyway, I still think I'm experiencing delirium from the flu, because that's also something that happened. I started to hear things. It was, I'm telling you, I've never felt like this in my life. I swear I could hear the baby crying in the shower, or if I was in the kitchen, I'd hear the baby cry, but the baby wasn't crying, he was asleep. Anyway, I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm chucking in the towel on this past week, and I don't want to relive it anymore. So we have booked tickets, which is lovely, because the proceeds of these tickets, which are only $3 each, go to charity, and it's in a different location this year. So excited to explore somewhere new, because I think we all need a change of scenery after being cooped up in the house on school holidays, the poor kids and their poor mother and father. But yes, we all need a day out, I think, and we are also all looking very thin right now. I mean, I didn't think our family weight loss journey would look as dramatic as this, but yes, we're all looking a bit thin and undernourished. I've just been letting the kids eat whatever they feel like, because I completely understand from experiencing the same symptoms that it's very hard to keep anything down. There are things that I thought I wanted, then I'd try it and I felt like I was just going to be sick. So I feel like my body has taken a bit of a reset overnight. I woke up so hungry, and this is the first bit of solid food that I have been able to put in my body in the last week, and it is my tofu chocolate sweet potato breakfast mousse with raspberries and granola on top, and some peanut butter yogurt mousse. It's actually a lot. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to handle it, because it is quite a rich breakfast. If you want to see the details of why I'm eating sweet potato for breakfast, it's for my hormone health, my estrogen regain journey, for my hair health. If you want to learn all about what I'm eating to maintain healthy hormones, boost my estrogen supply, and grow long and healthy hair, I will link the video up above, because we've been experiencing a lot in 2025 and we haven't even made it through the first quarter yet. What is the rest of the year going to bring if the first quarter has been like this? I do hope a lot better. Learned some fun facts on this health crisis. So apparently there's 4 types of influenza. I believe we had influenza A, because it rapidly evolves from person to person. Basically tries to infect every part of your system. Another fun fact, why you lose your appetite, because your body is fighting so hard to combat this virus that it doesn't have enough energy to digest food. Crazy how the body works in survival mode, and that's how I felt. I just was hanging on by an absolute thread, and I think my body just shedded because it was trying so hard to just stay functional, and it knew it had to keep going for the team. We had to lead the team. We had to keep the team alive. We had to keep the morale high. We had to make sure everyone was okay. We had to answer every bell. And another fun fact is, I thought, well, surely this will buy us some immunity, because after we've been through something so dramatic, surely the likelihood of getting something like this again in your lifetime would be maybe lessened. No, apparently once you get a flu, your immunity only lasts for 6 to 8 months. Like, we can get this again. Nature is a cruel beast. Or should I say a cruel bitch. And why is my hair So curly. Have you been to the beach, Opal? No, Opal has not been to the beach on holiday. She has been drowning in sweat. So at night I have been sweating through my clothes, and to the point where my hair is actually all wet. And I wake up with these lovely curls. So I guess there's a payoff in the night sweats, trying to fight off the fever and chills, because I could never decide whether I was hot or cold. I kind of wanted to be both at the same time. But now that I've experienced the natural curl, I actually think I might maybe incorporate this into my repertoire of hairstyles. Not that we're really styling our hair these days, because we all know that time is not a finite resource when you are a mother of 4 plus a husband. Make that 5. Anyway, that's enough chatting from me this morning. I've just found a little spot on the floor to breathe in some fresh air and get some first sunlight of the day into my eyes, because that is super important for your circadian rhythm and hormone health as well. And I will see you next as we get ready to go to Vegan Market. Seriously, life can't be that bad if you're eating chocolate mousse for breakfast. So shut up, Opal, your problems are small. Okay, so we made it, but in typical mummy style, completely missed the opportunity for parking, and there's only one way in. So now we've parked like 10 blocks away and we're walking into this vegan market. We have 3/4 of the family with us, because some of us are not vegan appreciators, not to mention we're still recovering from being ill. So let's check this place out. Look at my hair.
You should have shown the camera first.
I did. It's okay.
Can I see them? I'm having the crust. I can't have
It just tastes like potato. Try some crust. So, Vegan Market impressions. Just got let's get the baby on the bench right now, because the baby comes everywhere. Disappointed. In a nutshell, it wasn't like the last time where there was about, I don't know, 50 vendors and so much choice. There were maybe 2 places selling like hot food, which was not up my street, like curries, and just kind of ordinary. If I'm going to eat vegan, which I do regularly, I always make it, well, to my standards, quite interesting, and there just was nothing eye-catching, interesting, anything that I would want to try. And I think that's the key. If you're a vendor, you need to put out products that people want to try because they're new or quirky. But if you're just putting out ordinary, it just wasn't for me, folks. However, I did manage to pick up a brand new protein powder, which I am now obsessed with. It's by a brand called Crave, I believe, or Cravey, something like that, with a double V, I believe. I'll link it down below. It's their peanut caramel flavor. I've already decanted it. Wow. Texture, taste, unbeaten, unrivaled, have sampled, will buy again. Sorry, the Vegan Market, as well as the footage, was rather underwhelming, much like this vlog. It has just been quite ordinary due to illness and life factors, but vlogs be like that. Girls that obviously do get a lot of the publicity because they're putting out amazing content, doing amazing daily vlogging, because their daily life looks incredible. We do incredible work on this channel, go to incredible places. I'd say in my standards, yes, but maybe to others, no. It's very ordinary. So I'll apologize if this is a bit too ordinary for some. So do bask in the ambience of my general sarcasm, which I like to serve in numbers. Anyway, on to dinner. All right, it is now dinner time and I'm feeling like not cooking or eating leftovers, so I'm going to try this. I picked this up from the supermarket the other day. It's a little vegan pumpkin ricotta, thank you, cannelloni. So in 6 to 8 minutes this should be done.
is not bad. It even looks like ricotta actually. What's the brand of this? Tutto pasta. Okay. Nice little quick veggie dinner. Actually, you know what this needs? Some of the pesto vegan cashew spread that I bought. That would be perfect. It needs like an element of creaminess to it. And yes, I am re-dipping the same fork that I used for the pasta, but I'm the only one eating this in this house, so nobody here understands my vegan ways. Let's give it a second try. That's like 200 times better. It's almost like giving me guacamole vibes.